Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Now, I guess we got to speak about England. For those who don't know the score or didn't watch the game, like says Fabregas, who went out for dinner, Belgium won, England nil. Now, again, it is a kick in the teeth. It is disappointing for me personally to lose to Belgium after the momentum of grinding through the last two games, and it would have been nice to win the third game. But yeah, man, when you consider we technically finished second, I mean, I don't know what a lot's being made of finishing second and things like that. I actually wanted to win the group, but when you consider from a tactical point of view who you play next, I guess you have to consider both sides of the argument, even me myself. So you can't exactly be wrong. But yeah, going into the game, it's Belgium. Is the one thing we were all talking about when the group stage was made. Is the one thing we were focused on. I mean, even if you got to look at the Spurs boys, the contingent of both sides. At Belgium, you got Dembele, Toby, and what's the other one? Vertonghen. England, you got Dele, Kane, etc., Trippier, and the rest of it. So there was that. This was the one game that you thought would decide the group in regards to first and second. So yeah, Belgium won it. They advanced to the next round in regards to first. I mean, in regards to second, obviously Colombia is going to be a difficult game, regardless of their form is being iffy prior to that fantastic result against Poland. It's going to be a tough game. After that, I believe it's a choice of Switzerland or Sweden. And then eventually, if Spain are still in it of sorts, I do believe we could buck Spain or something before the latter rounds. I don't know, so don't quote me. But yeah, going into the game, of course, with the amount of changes of Belgium as well, but of both sides, but specifically to England, you're going to lose a lot of the tempo, a lot of the flow, and a lot of the good momentum that we're having. I get the changes, especially when you consider that Stones pulled up with his calf, especially with Kane. I get it. I would have started Kane. I said play your strongest side. But by that logic, I have to consider the other side of the argument. Stones got injured. I don't think that would have happened to Kane, but you never know. If he played and Kane got injured, people would say, why did you play Kane in this game and things like that. So I get it. But for me, I think we really, even though, alright, cool, finish second and you can make the jazz about easy opponents and routes to the final, I don't like that sort of stuff because you have to buck a big boy team in any competition you want to win anyways. And on top of that, I think people were talking about rest and things like that. This ain't Prem where the games are quick turnaround. Like, we're not playing until Monday, Tuesday. There's enough time for these players to rest. I do believe, obviously, me myself, we're all getting gassed off beating Panama and Tunisia. We really shouldn't. That's the realness of it. But for me, a big reason as to why I'm gassed, and maybe you lot are as well, is the way we're playing, the belief. Everybody, again, the media are tearing down Sterling, and they'll tear down all these players when we eventually exit. But everybody's pulling together in it. You could say we're overly optimistic. That's how us English folk do it, innit? But yeah, we're pulling together. But I just really believed with that and the two results, you can really play through momentum, if that is even a thing. I felt we could have played our strongest sides, gave it to Belgium, shut down some question marks. As for those who are saying, oh, but okay, it was good against Panama and Tunisia, but at the end of the day, you'll be expected to beat them, which is true. You beat Belgium, they would have said they rested players, but it's a good result, and that would have gassed the squad further. Because if I'm in that squad, I'm hella confident because of the meetings and things they must have happened, and Southgate's doing a good job, and from beating these two sides in Panama and Tunisia. But by the same logic, if I'm in that squad as well, I'm also saying, alright, cool, we ain't really bucked no one, Fair enough, we've had friendlies and that before this, but we ain't really bucked no one good, And if that was me and then I went out and beat Belgium, my chest would be higher. Like, I'll be thinking, yeah, alright, cool, Colombia, let's do, or whoever we'd face if we won, let's do this thing, let's have it, let's effing have it. Like that thing, like that Twitter video with the black guy from Liverpool. That's a funny vid, but it was a good game. Danny Rose, obviously we got to speak about the goal. It's a lovely goal from Januzaj, probably one of the better players. Between him, Dembele and Telemans on the field. From a fullback, I am a fullback. I can't understand Rose. There's no awareness of where he actually is on the field. You must know you're in your own box. Like, why are you showing one of the most left-footed players in football onto his left peg? He has a problem scoring, but ironically can strike a ball sweetly. Obviously, shows him inside. Adnan Januzaj takes the invite and bangs it in. And if I'm harsh, Pickford, he was suspect that whole game, tipping. I do think Pickford's a good keeper, but I do think he's very suspect. He's punching balls into dangerous areas that other countries with more to play for in a different game take advantage of. Not the free kick. Adnan Januzaj's goal, obviously, it's a fantastic strike, take nothing away from it. But if you look at his handling, why is he going with the wrong hand and things like that? I'm not a goalkeeper. I'm too short for that. I've never jumped in goal, but I could see that in it. And if you do that against Colombia, because they've got people that can take set pieces, we're out last 16, all the optimism, all these things, it's all done. And when you consider that Germany have gone out, I know England are in it longer than Germany, it's a mad thing, innit? Germany gone out, the unpredictability for many reasons in this World Cup is at all-time high, and this would probably be England's best chance to win it since 1966, to be fair. So we've got to take our advantage. We've got to take our chances. I weren't really impressed with anyone on the field, to be fair. Dyer, you had your chance. You were a mainstay in qualifying. You didn't really feature. You haven't featured of any sorts prior to this game. I felt Dyer was poor. Alright, fair enough, lost his cheeks out of position and things like that, and it's hard, and he did show his strength in a good couple bursts, but there was times his touch weren't there, the passings weren't there. I really think he struggled to assert himself. It's 50% his fault, because I do believe he could have showed more in these past 2 games, and I've said this. But if you're not playing in your position, what can you do in it? I felt Vardy, he ran, he made options. I felt Vardy could have played better. I felt Rashford was trying way too hard, and that's a problem of Rashford. For all his ability, he needs to start using his brain at times. I felt Trent Arnold, normally a very good crosser, he looked a bit nervous, his crossing was poor. I do think it was a very poor game to watch on a general basis, and yeah, while it doesn't mean anything being losing, I just, a part of me has to ask, like, what was the point of resting players? Like, obviously, like, if you're going to finish second and you're aiming to finish second, then alright, cool. But to which I say, if you go out in the next round, what was it all for? Like, I really think we should have kept momentum and things like that going into the game. But like I said, I get it. Man need to rest. We don't want injuries. Kane, again, I'm using Kane as the best example, because I called for Kane to start. When I saw Jones was poor. When I saw Stones come off with the holding or whatever, I was like, oh, alright, cool. Maybe red players needed to get rested. But regardless of Kane, I keep focusing on Kane because that's the one I wanted to start. A stronger side could have been played, man. I really believe could have played a stronger side, man, in my humble opinion, innit? So yeah, obviously you got to speak about Cahill as well. That was a fantastic goal line clearance of sorts. But yeah, man, it was just, I felt it was very lackluster with the chances that was presented to our players, and when they were, obviously they weren't taking them. I feel a lot of the fluidity was lost, but again, because of the amount of changes, we can't draw too many conclusions. But it does leave me with nerves going against Colombia, because the form Colombia's been in, I do believe England can beat them, and I do believe Colombia can beat them as well, especially when you consider James might not play. It's a good chance, but we can't underestimate them. Colombia only had one friendly allegedly prior to this tournament, and it showed against Japan, but they got it right against Poland, and obviously they nicked it against Senegal. So these sort of things are things to consider, man. But yeah, man, it is a kick in the teeth to lose. It is deflating, but it's not the end of the world. And by the same, going against my own logic, it is, I don't want to say it's meaningless to defeat, because every defeat matters, but it's kind of meaningless of sorts. But yeah, man, there's nothing more to be said on that front. England obviously lost, Belgium won, England 0. Guys, deluded, I'm out.